Before the 1500s, the Japanese used Chinese currency for their trading, because rice was not a good option anymore. Later on in the years, when the money that they had was not enough for their trade, people started producing their own copies of the Chinese coins. From the 16th century onwards, the lord needed a dominating currency form, because the currency that they had before was not sufficient enough. The coins started to get manufactured with gold, not only bronze. The medieval lords, daimyo, were able to build castles because of the evolution of trade, from rice bags to actual copper and gold coins. The castles they built then were larger for the extra defense. During the same time zone, there was a lot of warfare going on in Japan. This caused an increase in the economical technology. This also influenced farming. The farming area of Japan got severely increased in the technology because of this war. The farming process became faster. The larger amount of production from the farms enabled more trade for the merchants with China and Korea, increasing the wealth of Japan. Eventually, the peasants that were working on the land got fed up of being poor all the time. Because of the flat tax rule that existed at the time, they could produce more rice from their farms and have plenty of extras left over for themselves. They made use of the opportunity to sell the rice for extra money. The Japanese peasants didn't stop there. They used the money that they got from selling the rice to invest in better farming technology so that they could produce an even larger surplus of rice. With all of these new technologies that they have access to, they could make more new discoveries, like fertilizer. Some of the extra money was used to obtain a farm newer types of crops, like cotton, hemp, silk, and opium, that they could then sell again for even more money.
Back in around the 1500s, the Sengoku Jidai period was a period of war which lasted for 100 years straight. It had many battlefields. The battlefields of Mikawa were bloodied with the souls of samurais and those who fought for self-sacrifice. The main war, the Onin War, went on, and in Mikawa there were three main clans: the Oda to the west, the Matsudaira as the central, and the Imagawa to the east. In the 1548, the Oda started taking over Matsudaira territory, and the Matsudaira were begging help from the Imagawa to work together. But the Imagawa would only help if the Imagawa emperor gave them their son, and they did, just, for good riddance. Later, the Oda clan ambushed the transportation of the Imagawa emperor's son and kidnapped him. The Oda said that if they don't give back some land, they will kill the son. But the ruler of the Imagawa made a foolhardy plan and said, "Kill my son. In doing so, you will show the Imagawa just how committed to our alliance I am." By doing so, it works, and the boy goes into a place and stays there for quite a while where they kill soldiers, but miraculously he stays alive. The Imagawa capture the old emperor and give him a deal. "We'll let you live as long as you hand over the castle that we've been trying to siege and give us back the Matsudaira boy you captured." And the older emperor agreed, and they let him go. The head of the Matsudaira clan died recently. The boy, in theory, is the new Matsudaira leader. Later, the Matsudaira clan perishes with all of its land, and all the surrounding clans around the former Matsudaira land are like crows around fresh meat. Even the Imagawa kept taking over the Matsudaira land. After that, the older clan rallied their troops from local farms who were willing to die for their clan, and they won against both clans using stealth. This strategy was to give birth to a new soldier, ninjas. On the other hand, one man, Tokugawa Ieyasu, controlled the Oda clan and is first shogun of Tokugawa shogunate of Japan. He was a powerful man who is known all across Japan. He was born on 31st of January 1543 until he died in June the 1st, 1616.
In 500 AD, Buddhism arrived to Japan. Fortunately, it coexisted in peace with the original belief of Shintoism. This was because Buddhism is more about the afterlife, and Shintoism is more about how to live your current life. Therefore, most feudal manors have both a Buddhist and a Shinto shrine, like in our feudal manor. A Shinto shrine has 8 preset features. The first feature is the torii gate. This is also the symbol for Shintoism, like the cross for Christianity. The second element is a little stand with water where you can wash your hands, feet, and mouth, as Shintoism values cleanliness. The third part is a walkway with decorative lanterns on both sides, leading up to the rest of the shrine. The fourth element is a building that is used for ceremonial performances, like dances. The fifth feature is ima, a sign with a batch of little cards hanging on it. You can take a card, write a wish or prayer on it, and hang it on the sign. The sixth feature is the Heiden. This is the hall where you can worship the kami of the shrine, a Shinto spirit that lives in things like waterfalls, trees, rocks, etc. The seventh part is the Honden, where the kami is said to live. The eighth and last feature is the Tamagaki, a fence around the Honden intent on keeping the kami in its building. We made the shrine mostly red, as that is said to be the color of prosperity and brings good luck. The Shinto value nature a lot because that is where most kami live. Therefore, we made many trees and nature in the shrine. The Buddhist temple is only one building because Buddhism is all about simplicity. The one room of the temple is used to worship Buddha. In this room, they have a sacred object, for example, a tooth from Buddha, a sacred text, or one of Buddha's possessions.
Zen Buddhism has the meaning to meditate. A flash is further known as enlightenment. Understanding Buddhism was important as it influenced a great amount of art. Not only Buddhism did, but the architecture, behavior, and personality of the people, builder, or artist. Especially ink monochrome paintings had important with the monks. Their subjects often varied between Zen patriarchs, teachers, and enlightened individuals. These subjects transfer the symbolism of scholarship. Without Zen, such arts as the tea ceremony, shanoyu, flower arranging, ikebana, characteristics of modern life in Japan would have not come to existence. In the year of 1400, the tea ceremony was developed as a cultural aspect in society amongst art in Japan. The cultural influences strongly believed the beliefs with the tea ceremony. Buddhist-inspired philosophy. The tea ceremony was used to practice essential religious precepts in preparation for the next life. By the 1400s, Japan had experienced change in the economic and political spheres. Agriculture became more productive and merchants lived in fast-growing towns. The Japanese had interest in foreign trade, and East Asian sailors went to travel. European merchants and Christian missionaries arrived. These arrivals aggravated a modification in the political system. The scaping of landscape was seen as an art with flower arranging. Actions reveal in the Onin War from 1467 to 1477. This era was further known as Sengoku, or the Age of the Country at War. The cultural legacy of Ashikiga had an influence on Zen Buddhism in Japanese culture. The warriors of Japan from about the 11th century until 1876. Samurai served their daimyo lords and lived in castle towns. Distinct warrior cultural style that expressed warrior values of Dori or Musha no Narai, the customs of the warriors, while drawing heavily on the learning and culture of the court nobility.